Good morning, students. I hope till now you must have watched the video and gone through the chapter and have understood how the movement of water and minerals are being carried out. Now, there are few important terms related to that which we are going to study in this video. The next topic which we have in our book is root pressure. So now to understand the root pressure, we have to first understand and go through its definition, which says it is the hydrostatic pressure that develops due to accumulation of solutes in xylem. And xylem we have already studied. Xylem are the tissues which are helping in upward movement from roots to stem or the leaves of the water and minerals. The water then diffuses into xylem of roots, increasing hydrostatic pressure or root pressure. So first we have to understand or learn that root pressure and hydrostatic pressure are the same. So now what do you mean by hydrostatic or the root pressure? So it is the water is being absorbed by these root hairs, as we have already discussed, from the soil. Now from the soil the water plus the minerals are there inside the root hair, which then travels to the cortex cell. Now here what happens, the accumulation of water or the solutes occurs, that too much of solutes, that is the nothing but the minerals which is being absorbed, so they accumulate, and therefore the cells of the cortex, it becomes turgid. Turgid means so much filled in that ready to burst out. So now these cells, what they do, they just transfer its solutes from their cortex cells and then transfers to the next, that is the xylem. Now through the xylem, from one cell to another it happens, and this is causing the root pressure. It is the initial pushing force also is being named. Now along with this, it is also important to understand what is transpiration. So root pressure depends on transpiration as well. So now what is transpiration? It is the loss of water vapor from leaves and green herbaceous stems through stomata. So we have to understand and learn that transpiration is being carried out through stomata. Now stomata, as you have already studied in class 7, the stomata are the tiny openings present on the leaves, right? So transpiration is loss of water vapor, water in the form of water vapor. So what happens, the plant is there, so the roots have already absorbed water, it is traveling with the help of the root pressure, which is the root pressure is created, therefore the water is continuously being absorbed, and now in the leaves what is there, the stomata is present. So the stomata, what it is doing, it is being carrying out the process of transpiration. Now the water which is being absorbed, which is some of it is used, but some of it, all of the water absorbed is not used up by the plants for making food. So therefore what happens, through the stomata, that is the tiny openings on the leaves, it is being given out in the form of water vapor, right? So it is not lost in the water drops, but it is in the form of water vapor, and it is being lost in the atmosphere, in the air. So one activity is being given where the potted plant is there, which you can do it at home also, that the plant is there and which is being covered, the whole pot is covered by the polybag, transparent polybag. Why we have used transparent? So that we can see what is going on, and whole of the pot is being covered with the transparent polybag, and after some time we will be observing that few droplets of water are present on the inner side of the polybag. That is nothing but the loss of water in the form of water vapor by the process of transpiration has occurred. Now, transpiration depends on various factors. So, we'll quickly discuss about them. The very first factor is temperature. As the temperature will be more, that is sunny day, hot day, so transpiration will be more loss of water. Humidity means the amount of water vapor already present in air, so that is humidity. So humidity will be decreasing the rate of transpiration. The next is the wind speed. More is the wind speed, more is or higher the rate of transpiration. Then comes the light. Now light is responsible for carrying out photosynthesis. So if light is there, photosynthesis will be there. So water will be used up in the process of photosynthesis, whereas when light is not there, photosynthesis will not be carried out. So more of water will be there for transpiration process to occur. Now, what is the importance? Why transpiration process is important? The first is it helps in upward movement of water and minerals. As we have discussed here just now when we were discussing root pressure, that water will be absorbed only, the speed will be dependent on this. If transpiration will be there, the root pressure will be created and the roots will be continuously absorbing. So this upward movement is helped out by the process of transpiration. It builds a suction force. This is what the suction force is being carried. So if we have the molecules one after the other, as we can see, so if from here the water is being absorbed, here the particle is there, then it moves here, then it moves here, it moves here, then it moves to the last. Now here from the opening, if it is being lost, only then this space will be vacant, so it will be filled up. So this is the suction force which is being built up. Now the rate of absorption of water. Absorption of water will be more if the transpiration is more, and it produces a cooling effect. Like we lose the water in the form of sweat, so that is in turn giving us the cooling effect. Same way transpiration also helps in the cooling effect, because water is lost in the form of water vapor, so it is absorbing the heat of the plant, and that is what changing water into the form of water vapor. So therefore it is giving a cooling effect. Now the importance of minerals is the next topic. First we have to understand what we mean by minerals. Minerals are solid substances that are present in nature. These are the solid substances which I am talking about. These are the inorganic elements. These are the elements which are present already in the nature to be absorbed. There are in total 60 elements present in different plants. Out of these 60 elements, only 17 are essential elements. So now on the basis of their importance, they can be classified into two, that is essential and non-essential. Essential itself is explaining to us that essential means important. So essential elements are important elements, and if it will be important, then definitely it will be required by plants. Whereas non-essential are all the other elements which are not important. Then comes the macro and the micronutrients. Macronutrients, they are required. The word macro means large. So the nutrients which are required in larger quantity are macronutrients, whereas the nutrients which are required in very small quantity are called micronutrients. What is the examples are given in your books also, that macronutrients are example carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Others are also there. Micronutrients example iron, manganese, copper and boron. Role, what is the role? it helps in permeability. As we have already discussed, the cell membrane is semi-permeable, so that is only because of the possibility of the nutrients which are present, which is helping this feature. Maintenance of osmotic concentration of cell sap, that how to maintain the concentration of the cell sap. Cell sap also we have already discussed in the chapter previously. Components of protoplasm, nucleic acid, cell wall, all these things are there, which nutrients are acting as the components. Then protein synthesis is carried out by the help of these nutrients. Some of the nutrients, photosynthesis, respiration, then opening, closing of the stomata is also carried out by the help of these macro or micronutrients. And last is growth and reproduction. So now at the end of the chapter, there is one table given to you that stating role of some essential elements and their deficiency symptoms in plants. So this table you will be learning it thoroughly, because questions will be asked on this, based on this table. First example, I will be telling you how that nitrogen is given and what is its role. So the question can come that what is the role of nitrogen in the plant. So you will be simply writing it is the constituent of proteins and nucleic acid. And what is its deficiency symptom? It can be any one. You can write any one, or it can be asked to you in a different manner, that deficiency symptom can be given to you, and you will be asked to write that which deficiency of which nutrient is causing this deficiency symptom. So both ways it can be asked. So what are the deficiency symptoms of nitrogen? Poor growth, small leaves, delayed farming, purple spots on leaves, yellowing of old leaves. So this yellowing of old leaves are this is called chlorosis. Okay, so I hope you have all understood this chapter. Please go through it, go through the chapter properly, and in the next videos you will be getting the answers of the question answers. But before that, your homework is to go through the chapter well and find out the questions and solve all the exercises given at the end of the chapter. And this table, the last table, you have to learn it by heart. Okay, so take care and be safe.